TC, Spiritual Shepherd. Welcome back to the Spiritual Shepherd YouTube channel. Today, we are going to be getting into do more better. Don't just do good, do better. Now, this is a full guide. And first off, let me start with this. I believe in true altruism, true heroism, true idealistic lifestyle and life. There is this quote. I actually just quoted this to my fiance. It's from Ben Parker in Spider-Man, or it's from Spider-Man's dad. But it says this: if you can do good things for other people, then you have a moral obligation to do so. It isn't a choice, it is a responsibility. And therefore it moves into the with great power comes great responsibility. This is altruism at its core. Another is this: do all the good you can, by all the means that you can, in all the ways that you can, in all the places that you can, at all times that you can, to all the people that you can, as long as you ever can. And this is also individualistic as well. Is preparing yourself to be able to show up that way. A lot of this transformation has to be done within changing belief systems about self, like the big self, capital S, and transforming and adapting the self concept. Okay? These are connected. These are absolutely connected. Now, this full guide is all about leading to this main point. This full guide is really getting into, I'm going to explain some things about the house. I'm going to explain the things about transformation. I'm going to explain the things about minimalism, all this type of stuff. To the main point and purpose of this video, I can do better. Okay? I have done good, and I know that there are people who resonate with I do good, I do good, I do good, but I can do better. And it's important that we maximize the betterment as much as we can, just instead of being complacently doing good. Okay? What do I mean? I can drink better, or I could do better by drinking no more energy drinks, but instead coffee. Okay? I know there's sucralose in energy drinks. I know there's 0 calorie in this type of stuff. I know there's all these different types of things in energy drinks. But in coffee, I know it's just black coffee. And I know some people might not even drink coffee at all. By all means, I think that that's a fantastic outcome. Breath work instead of smoking. A lot of people know that I've had, I don't know, maybe it is a problem. But I have a problem smoking, or I've had a problem smoking, drinking, any type of thing, smoking, ultimately. And so what actually helped me replace this bad habit with a good habit, which I was just talking about one more, was breath work. Breath work instead of smoking. Breath work I really started cultivating positive breath work. Okay, so next, protein shakes instead of drinking. Okay, so instead of alcohol, sub it with protein shakes. That's positive. Okay, celibacy, semen retention instead of promiscuous sex and porn. So those are very big things that we really need to cultivate and realize how powerful semen retention celibacy is. That by us actually cultivating positive semen retention over a 90-day period, over a 120-day period, over a 150-day period, how powerful that really is, and how transformative and transmutative that really is for the internal self. And it will actually cleanse the mind. It will cleanse the idea of how you think of the opposite partner, all this type of stuff. All right. Animal-based nutritional lifestyle. This is starting to get into minimalism, but ultimately I actually started writing a list. I wrote my calendar. I wrote my 25-day or my 24-hour day cultivation and calendar and schedule. And so ultimately animal-based lifestyle, instead of eating whatever I want, which is the seafood, eat food diet, which ultimately is cultivating discipline. And the thing about cultivating discipline with the animal-based lifestyle, instead of eating whatever I want, the seafood diet, eat food diet, meaning I see it and then I eat it, ultimately. But what really helped with this was discipline and cultivating that we are not meant to eat things generally in boxes. We're not meant to eat things in... there's so much positive sustainability when you start to eat more animal-based or whole foods-based. And if you even genuinely move towards like veganism and other things like this, that's fine. That's fantastic. As well as breatharianism, solitarianism, or liquidarianism. So eating just liquids, But yeah, that's really what it is. That's how you convince your mind is I'm eating just liquids. But drinking just liquids, eating certain types of food, only certain types of food, maybe even cultivating a fast or intermittent fasting or long-term fasting, 48 hour, 72 hour, 96 hour fasting once every month, which is generally what I like to do. But this is animal-based nutritional lifestyle, and this is instead of eating whatever I want. Now, something that really helps me too is sticking to my calendar and sticking to my routine and rituals. So I train every day through specific type of disciplines daily, cardio daily, martial arts daily, any stuff like this. But small tasks build one huge, gigantic system. Ultimately, semen retention, strength, nutritional, lifestyle, martial arts, daily setups, setting up calls, all this type of stuff is interconnected for networking, digital marketing, breatharianism, intermittent fasting. And there is a huge lesson in this that I have truly developed a lot of the stuff like building a new house, not building a new house, but building the home within the house. That's what I'm saying. Building a new home, meaning there are certain ways to cleanse the home. Okay, there are certain things to cleanse a home. There's certain things to advance a home. And so adding a garden, making sure that everything has good chi moving through it, good feng shui moving through it, which means that you open windows, and you create a cross breeze so it's easy to move in and out. Okay, breeze. Eating cleaner. Ultimately, guys, though, but mastering yourself. So there's this whole thing about the law of attraction and the master and the grasshopper. Grasshopper is wanting to be like the master. Master is being. Grasshopper is wanting to be. Okay? The grasshopper is climbing the mountain ultimately. And ultimately, this is a metaphor through metaphorical terrains. Different heroes' journeys, transformations. The master is on top of the mountain. Okay? Getting high on his own supply. Breath work, meditation, fasting, positive self-talk, self-control, self-awareness. Okay? The master is a minimalist, maximizing his own life through meditation. He embraces suffering. He doesn't cower at the idea of suffering. He trains daily no matter what. No matter what. Even if it's 20 push-ups, he's making sure that he gets in his daily training. The grasshopper is on his way to the master to learn how to transcend the grasshopper vices, or many of his vices, negativities, weaknesses. Okay? The grasshopper shows up to ask the master questions. The master always has all the answers. The master answers all of the answers without any hesitation or impatience, ultimately. The master says, "Come to me on this day, at this time, and I shall answer all of your questions." The grasshopper arrives and is eager to answer his many questions. The master answers him without hesitation or impatience. Okay, so let's really get into this, guys. The grasshopper starts by asking, how do I cure my laziness? How do I cure my laziness? And the master says, what laziness? Straight up gaslight. What laziness? He says, there is no such thing. Okay. And then the grasshopper did not understand. The grasshopper was, I guess you could say, shocked. How do I cure my lack of confidence? The grasshopper says. The master said, lack doesn't exist. Only your abundant belief in lack exists. The grasshopper sighed and said, explain your riddles. The master replies, and the master says, negativity doesn't actually exist. It doesn't actually exist at all. Everything is just isness. Everything just is. Our perceptions change how it is seen. Okay, how it is seen, that is ultimately how our perception transforms it. And this is through the perception of the mind's eye. By reshaping our belief systems, positivity is everything too. Positivity is everything too. Even when we think that it's negative, it's still positive. We have a positive mindset towards something negative, and therefore it would perpetuate. So positivity is everything too. Negativity doesn't actually exist at all. Just like I said, positive beliefs in them, your positive energy, your positive thoughts, your positive emotions is positively channeled. And therefore, it is, by its being channeling, it is therefore changing your perception because you created that for you. You have confidence, you have positive energy, you have positive thoughts, you have positive feelings, you have positive actions, you have positive beingness, you have positive everything always. What happens from time to time ultimately is that we identify, or you identify, as limited, and therefore perpetuate that same cycle of self-concept. You are not unproductive or lazy, you are productive in your laziness. You are not lacking anything. You have an abundance of belief in lack. You are not lacking anything. You have an abundance of belief in lack. You have an abundance ceiling to begin with. You have a ceiling that caps your abundance. You know, like where there's like, what type of income do you have? Capped income. We have uncapped income. Uncapping your income, uncapping your emotions, uncapping your thoughts is an open mind, is an open heart, and an open pocketbook, ultimately. You're not just unhealthy. You're not unhealthy. That's like what we always think. You're healthy in the belief system of unhealthiness. Transmute this. You can see what I'm saying. Transmute what I'm saying. You're not unconscious. You don't have unconsciousness. Excuse me. You're conscious of choosing unconscious behavior and unconscious realities. You're not unaware. Your awareness is being channeled into unawareness. Transmute this. You're not poor. You're rich in the belief system of poverty. Also, poor people don't have money problems, by the way. Poor people don't have money problems. They have lack of money problems. Rich people are the only ones who actually have money problems because we have money. You're not unfocused. You're not unfocused. You just use your focus and channel your unconscious focus into conscious, unfocused realities. Let me say that one more time. You're not unfocused. You use your focus and channel your unconscious focus, what the focus that you're not aware of, into conscious unfocusedness or unfocused realities. to get you to believe what you think and feel that you must believe. You will only go as far as your belief system of yourself. You will only go as far as you've met yourself. You will only meet people as far as you've met yourself. You will only get to know you as far as you know you. Get to know you. All of these belief systems are permission slips. They are what permit you or don't permit you to believe in your belief systems that you have or don't have every single moment of every single day. They're permission slips. You can give yourself the belief and permission slip to make everyday easy mode. Everyday easy mode. To believe that you are more positive daily. That you are more positive daily. And this comes from sacrificing or sacrifice itself. Sacrifice. You have to sacrifice your old self. You have to get rid of your old version. You can give yourself the belief system. Just choose to rise up and transform. You have to rise up and transform. You have to keep evolving even if they want you to stay the same. And even if your ego wants you to stay the same. You have to transmute all of the old patterns. These old patterns are transmuted into new associations. The worrier into the warrior. The whiner into the winner. The trident into the trident. This is exactly what I was saying beforehand. Okay? The trident into the trident. Elevating is about subtraction. Being better is about subtraction. Leveling up is about subtraction. Subtraction of distractions. The beings who succeed are the ones who have subtracted their way from the bottom. That's why they move up. Because they've subtracted their way from the bottom. They are being so good that nobody can say no to their greatness. Nobody can say no to your greatness. Keep being so great that they can only say yes to you anyways. Yes, you dropped heat on that podcast. Yes, you dropped heat on that video. Yes, you've been sticking. Today's day 50, by the way. Today is day 50 in the gym, by the way. Subtracting our way to the top. Subtracting our way from the bottom looks like this. It looks like this. No vices. No competitions. It is you versus you and me versus me every moment of our lives. Every moment of our life. No time wasted. More time invested. More time focused. More time in craft and creation. No time in being gluttonous or lazy. More time being determined and disciplined. Less talking, more silence. Less talking, more doing, more action. We need more resilience or more resilience. More resilience, more respect. And in reverence to our higher self, our higher sights. Set our mind upon higher things, greater things. It is about subtracting all of the substance that we no longer need. And attracting the substance that we truly want to add into our life. Letting go of anything that holds you back from achieving your true potential to begin with is about unlocking your fullest and highest excitement to achieving your potential. You have to unlock and follow your highest excitement, fortifying your mind, disciplining your body, disciplining your soul, strengthening your muscle, strengthening your mindset, strengthening your money, being ripped, rich, rare, up-leveling your self, health, and wealth. Our strength is our foundation to our training. And our longevity is conditioning, a sign of our commitment. The ability to peak. The ability to peak our lives. What peak? What peak is our lives? the peak. The top of the mountain is what we are climbing. We are all grasshoppers trying to claim our own mastery in life, our own self-mastery in life. The key is not to hold on to baggage. It's not to hold on to luggage, especially if it isn't your flight. Especially if it isn't your flight. Let go of your attachments. Let go of lower vibrations. The easiest way to do this is to stay focused on higher vibrations, is to stay focused on what you do have, not on what you want. Stay focused on higher vibrations. Stay so heightened in focus, the lower vibrations fall away naturally. Be so high vibe that low vibe doesn't even have the ability to approach you. Let me say that again. Be so high vibrational that low vibrations don't even have the ability to approach you. Only take what you need, because you always have what you need in the first place. And that is something that you must cultivate over and over and over. Only take what you need, because you have everything that you need to begin with in the first place. Here's a big thing, guys. There are going to be people in your life that say you work too much. There are going to be people in your life that say you work too much. Okay, for example, in your relationships, if a girl says that you work too much, let her go. Ultimately, let her test her free agency. Okay, and the reason why is because you might have a certain ambitious work ethic that actually can feed her, that actually can make her rich, that actually can enhance her. But generally, if she is not appreciative of that, then she is going to bring you down to that level. And this could be vice versa for women to men too. If you are like ambitious, and this has to do with spirituality. Like if you have like a very high spiritual richness, ultimately, if people are going to try to impoverish you through guilt, shame, shaming tactics, name calling, stuff like this, it takes effort over a significant amount of time to build your lives. There's no get rich quick schemes. Okay. If she's not willing to ride with you, or if he's not willing to ride with you, then let them go. What is the alternative? They capitulate you to their demands. They have you work less. You appease them, and now you're not hitting your goals. You failed to hit your goals, and then they resent you. So now you're with somebody that you don't even like because you resent them, as well as now you also didn't accomplish your goals. Then potentially you might get married or have kids or both, and that is just not something that cultivates positive development. Also, then you're splitting half of the things that you managed ultimately to get together. Realize that real success takes real sacrifice. If you're not willing to sacrifice for your goals, then your goals become the sacrifice. Acquire what you admire and sacrifice for your goals. Sacrifice for your goals. Okay, and some of these things too have to do with the house. They have to do with the house. They have to do with the home. They have to do with development. So I realized that I would rather be, I like being bougie. I like being bougie. Being bougie is something that actually throttles me forward. Being bougie is something that actually transforms my life, transmutes my life from energy drinks into coffee. It transmutes me into positive altruism. It transmutes me into true heroicism, the true idealistic life. Ultimately, like I just said a little bit before, if you can do good things for other people, then you have a moral obligation to do so. It isn't about choice, it's about responsibility. It's about doing it in all the ways that you can, as long as you ever can. All of this is transmutation and transformation and adapting the self-concept. Okay? The main point and purpose of this video to begin with, that I can do better because I have done better. Sure, I do good, but I can do better, and it's important to do good. It's important to have the betterment that I can. Okay, so drinking coffee instead of energy drinks, breath work instead of smoking, okay? Animal-based nutritional lifestyle instead of eating whatever I want. Semen retention celibacy, training and discipline instead of just not having a calendar or 24-hour daily process to begin with. Dialing it in better. And sure, I haven't missed workouts. Like, that's one big thing. Like, I've hit 50 days straight. Sure, I haven't missed workouts, or I haven't missed cardio, or I haven't missed anything, but I can do it better. I can do it harder. I can do a harder one. I can do a better one. I can have A plus 3 a.m. workouts. I haven't been waking up at 3 a.m., but I have been working out every day. So now I can work out at 3 a.m. and work out every day. Complain less, be grateful for more, do better. You guys get what I'm saying. Let's continue. This is going to be a longer video, but ultimately I've learned too what Confucius said. I was hard on people. Like, there's this quote that Confucius says that be hard on yourself and easy on others. But I was hard on other people, and I've learned now, I was hard on other people and easy on myself. I was easy on myself, like I could just do all these negative habits, and then I want everybody to act this way. I want because that perpetuation of cycle was that I wasn't strong enough. Okay, but now I've transmuted that where I don't care what you do, but I'm doing this. Okay, but now I'm hard on myself, and everybody can see that they can be easy on themselves if they choose that for their life. I have to be okay. Here's a big psychological growth tactic. I have to be okay, and I am okay. But I have to be okay whether I agree with other people's choices, and I have to be okay with my choices and okay if people aren't okay with my choices. I have to be okay with my choices, and I have to also be okay if other people aren't okay with my choices. And you can exchange the word choice with beliefs, rewards, actions, decisions, disciplines, any of type of thing like this. I have to be okay with my training, and I have to be okay if other people aren't okay with my training, because I know my training is okay for me. I have to believe that my spirituality is good, even if people don't agree with me. I have to know that I trust myself, I trust my soul, and I trust that God ultimately is leading me on this purpose and on this path for a certain type of way. See, there's these things in my life that I've been really building lately. I like being bougie. And me and my lady, we were recognized for being bougie. And this is, I like the nicest of things, and I like things to be very clean. I like things to be very organized. I like things to be like top tier. I like things to be top echelon, like all stuff like this. And the reason why, ultimately, is because the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything. Okay, and the master realizes the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And so I want to get a like we're moving into this new house, which I'm super grateful for. And I already just did a video on that, but ultimately, guys, this house that we're moving into is, I'm developing an office. I've been buying things that, I've been adulting, I guess you could say, but I've been buying things that most people don't buy. I've been investing in things that people don't invest in. I've been cultivating things that people don't generally cultivate. And that's not a problem. I'm not coming at anybody. Like I said, I'm easy on everybody else, but I will be disciplined myself. I will be hardened and disciplined in myself. And I will leave room for, a good heart. But ultimately, guys, I plan on doing, I have my ice bath outside, but it's very difficult here to do the ice bath every day. But at the house, it'll be easy. Here, these are some of the explanations that I'm going to give you guys before I conclude this. But with this whole process of recording and having lighting and all these other different types of things around you, which I'm changing the whole thing. But ultimately, I have to set this up and then take it down and then set it up and then take it down and then set it up and then tear it down and then set it up and then tear it down. You guys get what I'm saying? And so through this, there's this type of, there's not necessarily an incentive to want to record every day. And so a lot of times I will record 6 videos one day and then just release those 6 videos or 7 videos for the week and then do it again and just record maybe once or twice a week. I truly know what the purpose is of daily habits, of doing daily habits and cultivating daily habits, because these daily habits actually really transform our lives. If I were to speak every day, it would be so easy for me to speak every day. And that's why it's easier for me to speak on camera than it is for most people to speak on camera now, because I've done it consistently, continuously, competitively with my own self. Okay. Like I've really competed against like not saying and and I know I do at times, but it's important that you articulate your words properly, you build your words properly, you cultivate your words properly. And this has everything to do with properly setting up yourself for success to begin with. So what does this mean, guys? This is how we're going to conclude this, because this is also very much chiming in with a lot of my script and everything. But I have been investing in minimalism. I have been investing in certain daily processes and daily habits and really getting into it. So never missing on my workout, never missing on a video, never missing on, meetings, never missing ever. Like just not missing, like taking, like I believe I'm high echelon, but taking it to top echelon, the 1% of the 1%. And I believe I could truly do this. Like I truly believe that I have this capability, and I truly believe that every one of us also has this capability. It's just whether we choose to invest in it or not. But let's really cultivate this, guys. Let's really get into this. So buying the best things is also going to set you up for, like buying like I invested ultimately into a personal trainer. Juan Guerrero in Miami, Guerrero Fitness, Guerrero Fit, ultimately Juan Guerrero Fit, something like that. It's check him out on IG. He's freaking amazing. I'm as shredded as I've ever been, and I still have 60 days left. So I've already done this in the 30 days. I was animal-based those 30 days, transforming these 30 days, working double shifts, trading 100K accounts. Ultimately now I'm going to be leveraging 500K within this next week. Very grateful for that. As well as building my business, cultivating my business and stuff like this. Buying top tier stuff, buying top tier things. So like the Blackstone grill, having the ice bath set up, having a garden set up, having a drip irrigation system, solar, having Kangen water or Kangenized water or pure filtered water, having copper rods in your garden, all this stuff is like, I'm going to be completely transparent. Doing ice baths every day, doing saunas every day, cultivating. So I also bought mixed martial arts, gloves, boxing gloves, boxing wraps or training wraps, jump roping. So I jump rope every day. I bought, parallettes, cold brew coffee. See how there's a certain channel. Like I did this, you guys can check out those videos too, where it says like for a month, have it be mindset month, have it be nutrition month, have it be supplement month, have it be, or like fitness month, or have it be business month. So all of the things that you buy is just for your business for that month. Have everything that you buy be just for your fitness, just for that month. Have everything that you buy just for supplements, just for that month. And that is a very good way to hone in on a lot of your stuff. There's also certain foods that last longer. So buy all of your preserved foods that last longer. So you would buy like I have not had to buy soap. I have not had to buy body wash or hair products in about 6 months, maybe 7 months. I'm not even joking either. But I bought 4 at one time. That is time consolidation. That is time management. Instead of going, oh, I have to go to Target. Oh, I have to go to Walmart. Oh, I have to go to this. Or, oh, I have to get back on Amazon. Or just buy it once. It will also train your dopamine. It will train your dopamine better. Because you bought it 5. So you bought 5 of them. And yeah, it's okay. Let's take in that you guys don't make as much as I make. Say that I've been where you've been. Okay. Like, trust me. I was on, I guess you could say welfare, ultimately. Pretty much. I'm pretty sure I've been there before. I'm not saying that was like a year or two, but ultimately like having to get my food paid for. And I even remember living with people the same thing, like where we would all that type of stuff. But ultimately, guys, I want you guys to really see that have a certain month that you just buy supplements, that you just buy this. So, and then there's certain months that operate like this. Right now, there's a Black Friday sale going on. You could buy 5 accounts, okay? You could buy or 3 accounts for $500 or 3 accounts for $1,000 and leverage $500,000. Leverage $500,000 for TradeX Mastery. Okay? You can buy things that preserve longer. You could buy 3 things of honey. You could buy 4 things of salt, of Himalayan sea salt or sea salt. You could buy any of these types of things. You can also buy like package deals. So like bulk deals like Costco or Sam's Club or any of these types of things. And you can also buy in bulk. But don't buy cheap, because cheap reiterates and constitutes the facts that you're poor. Absolutely. I will say this so powerfully, because I believe that now I have like really nice things. And that also, now that I see it, there's these really nice things around me, it perpetuates a cycle in my brain that, oh, I'm abundant, I'm rich, at least materialistically. But obviously that material had to start somewhere, which is spiritually. Okay, now I won't have to tear down the ice bath and then blow the ice back up and then do, all this. I can have that set up. So now I can do that more consistently. Blackstone Labs, I can cook all of my food there rather than always in the kitchen. A lot of my stuff is steak. A lot of my stuff is eggs. A lot of my stuff is animal based. So the kitchen is going to smell glorious. Glorious. Glorious in our new house. Absolutely glorious. Okay, and the reason why I say that is because I'm grilling. Okay, we'll have a fire pit. We'll have a shredder. We'll have, different things for the office. For me, generally, I mean, she'll use the office from time to time, but it'll be 99% my office, I guess you could say. And these are the thoughts, feelings, beings, actions that I'm cultivating within the time of my own identity and my own self-concept, perpetuating that cycle of unlimitedness rather than limited capacity. Okay? Now, ultimately, like I said, guys, this is going to be a full guide. I'm not going to just beat around the bush, like give you a 5-minute video. This is for people who genuinely want to listen to a podcast for an hour. This is also for myself. Okay? Creation, content creation. This office that I'm going to be building is going to be perfect for trading. Absolutely perfect for trading. I'm going to have a dual or tri monitor easily. Okay, it's going to be perfect for video creation. It's going to be perfect for podcasts. I'll have a spot just for podcasts where we could do podcast videos where we can entertain, or I can entertain people podcasts. It will be soundproof because I will be singing. I will be rapping. I will be doing that. Okay. And if you guys think that I was never going to do that in my life, you're the crazy one. I'm not the crazy one. Okay. Ultimately investing in the best type of technologies, the best types of things. And there are things that need to be transmuted, and then there's things that need to be bought that are already bougie. But you can turn dirt into a body. Out of the dirt we were taken for the dust that we are. Okay? Let's really talk about it. Cold brew will be set up. Meal prep will be set up in the kitchen. Clean water will be set up. There will be 12, 15, 20 bottles of water that will be in glass, that will be purified, that will be congenized, that will be all this, boom. There will be a place where, boom, there's the water. Okay? Time management, time productive management, okay? To outshine laziness. Laziness is the shadow of productivity. Okay, we're not lacking anything. We're not lacking anything. We don't have an abundance belief in lack. We have an abundance belief in abundance. Okay, there is no abundance ceiling. Ultimately, we realize that we are healthy in our belief systems. We are healthy in all of the things that we can transmute and transform. Building a garden, cultivating a drip irrigation system, stuff like this is also getting into sustainability, which is also getting into minimalism. I'm not gonna wear. I've decided that I'm really taking up like monkhood, and some people can agree and some people can disagree. But the best people wear the same clothes every day, and the people who have to change their character every day, I know that is fun. I know that is. I'm not saying don't ever do that. I'm just saying I'm not going to do that. So I'm saying that that's my character, is that I'm going to look the same very similarly daily. That I'm going to operate that, yes, you can come here. I will generally be the same every single day. What do I mean? I mean ultimately that I will have 10 of the same shirts. I will have 10 of the same shirts. I'll have 5 of the same pants. I'll have the same socks. I'll buy the same shoes. Stuff like this. And then for me, it takes all of the guesswork out of it. This isn't a news flash for me, but I do know that some people do need to hear this. You can create your ingenuity. You can create your genius level of power. And the way that I did this was in 2020. I sold everything. I got rid of everything, and I had like 33 items. I was obsessed with the number 33, and I still am. But ultimately, I went down to having 33 things. I didn't even sleep on a bed. I slept on the floor. I didn't even have a pillow. All I did was sleep on my blanket, and it was a big enough blanket that I could curl up a bit just under, and I would pretty much sleep flat to the flat ground. As well as a multitude of things, guys. I mean, seriously, a multitude of things. And I still have videos. That's where I started my content creation. I started with nothing. I didn't have a microphone. I didn't have a laptop. Actually, I did have a laptop, but I didn't have the laptop I wanted, I guess you could say. But now I do. And I'm very grateful for where I'm at. I'm very grateful for who I am. I built my own darkroom. And that's ultimately what I'm going to do. I'm going to build my own darkroom. I'm going to build my own, all this empowering stuff. And I know that not everybody will understand this. But the reason why I say this is because there is a time and a place, and we do have one life that we are living, okay? And it's not for ourselves, but it is, we use ourselves as an example for others to live like us. That is ultimately what Christ-likeness is. And it's about living our best selves. Our absolute best self, our absolute Christ-like self, our absolute altruistic, Christ-like, heroic, idealistic self, our higher self. Okay, and so minimalism, I'm not going to wear the same things. I'm not going to own a lot of crazy new things and all this type of stuff. Like, I have I get it. Like, I know that there are some people who have that mindset that, let's buy a Lambo. And I probably will get a Rolls Royce. I will probably get a Rolls Royce. No, I will get a Rolls Royce. But the whole thing about this is the main thing is it's not all about money. A lot of my purpose, ultimately, guys, is just to show you how easy it is to manifest and create certain things, whether that's large amounts of money, whether that's large amounts of material. But also, guys, most people already sleep on me, or you've tuned me out, but you haven't listened to the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual aspects of what I speak on. But you guys might get mad or people have gotten mad. If you're listening to this, you're probably not one of them. But people have gotten mad at me for oh, you're all about money, or you're all about this. And I'm like, bro, I haven't talked to you in 3 years. I haven't seen you in 3 years. You don't even know who I am. You haven't even wanted to get to know who I am. Every time that we would jump on a Zoom call, you talk about yourself and all the things that you were doing. And I would compliment you. I would actually still be there for you. Okay? So that's the main thing. That is the main difference. Is we really can get to this point where we are cultivating the positive life the positive spiritual life in our life. A lot of the things that I want to do, not everybody's all gung-ho about it. They're not all gung-fu about it. I want to be a mixed martial artist. I want to be a full MMA, martial artist, not fighting like in the ring or anything or in the octagon, but I'm actually genuinely saying like self-mastery. It has nothing to actually do with fighting. It has everything to do with chi. If you guys kind of know what I'm saying. It has everything to do with like true chi. Okay? And then as well as doing my breathwork daily, doing my ice baths daily, doing my, gardening. What else? What else, guys? Is recording daily, following scripts, doing all this different type of cultivation. All of this type of stuff is very powerful for our lives and empowering our lives. Working every day, meeting clients, doing meetings for trading every day. The office is going to be freaking perfect. It's going to be perfect for content creation. It's going to have perfect backgrounds. It's going to have perfect lighting. It's going to, it's really I'm not coming on here to brag, guys. The whole thing that I just said, not coming here to brag. I'm coming here to say that, find out what you love. Find out what you genuinely love. Find out what you genuinely love. Find out what you genuinely care about. Find out who you genuinely love. Find out who you genuinely care about. And put all your eggs in that basket. I'm not saying put all your eggs in one basket. I'm not being that cliche. Okay, I'm saying that you're gonna have 12 to 20 things that you love and you enjoy. I love creating videos. I love talking. I can literally ramble for an hour, for 2 hours, for 3 hours. You guys already know this. Okay, this is literally the realities. Also, I love cleanliness. I love structure. I love my calendar, my 24-hour process, my daily process. I love the concept of time management. I love the concept of recording daily. I love the idea of gardening. I love the concept of a very nice smelling home and a very homey place, a very warm place. And all this stuff is buying back our time. By you shopping and just getting the 5 things is buying back your time. Because instead of you going 5 separate times, wasting your time 5 times, you don't waste your time 1 time because that's an investment. And then from there, you bought for the next 5 times. And the better that you get with it, you'll see that rich people do this. Check out Athlean X and check out his meal prep video. Athlean X meal prep video where he literally has 20. He doesn't ever want to run out. He literally just has 20 things of the same thing. And he's like, I'll just do this. And then I just freeze my frozen chicken, or I just freeze this. Getting a big freezer would be a fantastic thing for me. And I would just go to Good Chop and I would spend $2,000 on Good Chop. And I'd have all this meat for Good Chop, and I'd just freeze it all. And then from there, I wouldn't have to do it. And it would literally be right next to, it'd be locked too, but it'd be right next to my Blackstone grill. And then I would be able to cook. I'd be able to prep. And then I could be a better chef. That's a great thing. That's a great skill. Okay. Also, guys, I'm wearing very clean clothes. I'm not gonna the whole thing of 2020, the revolution of 2020, the revolution that I cultivated in 2020, which I like to go to the minimalist revolution that I caused in 2020. My brother is still into minimalism now because I went so extreme. I think it kind of projected on him and even my parents. And a multitude of people, which I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of you. If you guys are watching this, I'm proud of you. Okay? Let's really talk about this. We are the light of the world. We are the salt of the earth. We understand this. This is super, super cultivating. Let's really talk about this, guys. That this whole empowerment of our lives, minimalism has transformed me. Absolutely transformed me. It has made me more rich. It makes me feel more rich because I feel clean. When I feel clean, my mind can focus its willpower on positive things. I'm going to do a video on this, so this is probably where I'm going to leave this, but ultimately I'm going to do a video on minimalism. But the minimalism aspect of this is that in 2020, I went extreme minimalist. I did a lot of videos. They're my first videos on YouTube. And the whole purpose of this is that this entire embodiment of minimalism transcends a multitude of realms. Digital minimalism, so that means buying terabyte hard drives. You buy multiple terabyte hard drives and you just store all of your stuff on there, but it would be organized, and it would be organized in certain calendars. You'd have movies, you'd have pictures, you'd have memories, you'd have all this type of stuff. spirituality. Like I might just get a terabyte thing and just put all my spirituality on my 4 terabyte thing, and then just copy those terabytes on multiple other passports. That's what they're called, my passports. And I would just give them to my friends and just be like, bro, here. Here's just some secret knowledge. And that's what the Bible is. I mean, that's what the Bible is ultimately. Is like, here's all the secret knowledge that I've ever learned and developed that God has literally brought within me, within the Holy Spirit, and has made me more Christ-like in my life, and that I'm going to spread this knowledge as much as I possibly can through the ages, as much as I possibly can, so other people can experience exactly what I've experienced, which is Christ. Okay? And so this whole process of me, I don't want you to shame me. I don't want you to guilt me. I don't want you to belittle me or talk or gossip about me. But if you do, that's on you. That's not on me. If you do, that's on you. That's not on me. I said, if you do, that's not on me. That's on you. That's on you. That's not on me. And the people who are really there, you guys will really support me, because this is very difficult already. Because think about 99.9999999% of people. Okay? You are the 0.0000000000000000001%. Okay? And why do I say that? It's not just about finances, guys. It's not just about I'm the 1% of the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. I'm not just the 1% of the 1%. Okay? I'm not just that. Okay? It goes beyond. It goes beyond in action. It goes beyond in habits, habitual construction, rate of vibration, ROV, PMA, positive mental attitude. It goes into ripped, rich, rare, self-health, wealth. It goes into how am I cultivating my highest self, my highest wealth, my highest health? How am I cultivating my richness? How am I cultivating my wealth? How am I cultivating my real estate? How am I cultivating my businesses? How am I cultivating who I really am? And a lot of this is gonna, a lot of the things that I developed in spirituality are also the 1% of the 1%, like Darkroom and Breatharian and Liquitarian. Like Breatharians are rare. We're anomalies. And obviously we meet, and it's going to become more of a thing in the next 25 years, 100%. We've already talked about it. Okay. Liquitarian, it's going to be more of a thing in the next 25 years. Okay. Darkroom, it's going to be more of a thing in the next 25 years. Being a monk, wearing the same clothes, cultivating what you really believe in, loving what you really believe in, minimalizing and having a minimalist aspect to your nutrition and your fitness. Like, I'm just going to be doing martial arts. I'm just going to be doing, cardio and all this type of stuff and fitness and stuff like this. And with this is the empowerment and the embodiment of who we naturally are. Is like by minimalizing, you're actually maximalizing. By minimizing your fitness, by minimizing your nutrition, by minimizing what you wear, by minimizing, the things that you buy, or time managing, minimizing the things that you buy, time consolidating the things that you invest in. Or here's the thing too, is like, if you only are like, I'm just going to invest in trading. I'm just going to invest in fitness. I'm just going to invest in, these types of things ultimately, then you can actually invest more into it. But if you have 50 different types of businesses or 50 different types of ways that you want to train or 50 different types of things, then you really need to understand that the aspect is that you might be limiting yourself because you're spreading yourself too thin. The whole point is don't spread yourself too thin, is to really invest saturatedly invest yourself into positive realities, into positive scenarios, so for instance, guys, to really, I guess you could say, conclude this, is the real estate guy or the real estate woman, somebody who's into real estate, if they're into real estate, they're not going to be like, all right, I want to go and do this now. I want to go and do this now. That's not real estate. I want to go and start a fitness business, or I want to go start this. And I tend to do that, and I think people in this day and age tend to do that because we tend to want to, I guess you could say, compensate for the lack of people taking accountability for their own lives. And so a lot of people feel like superheroes in their own realms. Ask any of these business people, like, I'll just I'll be a consolidator, or what does that mean? It means ultimately like I'll acquire multiple businesses that I love. I'll acquire 50 fitness business. I'll acquire and then I'll invest this into real estate. I'll invest this into this, and so the whole point is by minimizing, you are maximizing. By minimizing, you are truly maximizing your life. So I know that there are some people who are like, I want you to dress different, or I want you to act different, or I want you to be different. But I've never really said that to you. Like, you could be who you are. I just want you to be more of who you genuinely are. Like, that's my only purpose in this life. It has nothing to do with that I need to change you. The only thing that I'm hopefully trying to reiterate and articulate to you guys is that I just want you to be all of who you are. I want you to be all of who you are. I don't want you to be a partiality of who you genuinely are. Okay? The thing is that I found who I am, and I know that might not resonate with everybody. As a matter of fact, that the more that you find who you are, the less you will resonate with everybody, but you'll also resonate deeply more with specific somebodies. That is for sure. Okay? Because now instead of me just, I'm into breath work because I actually really like breatharianism, and I really like this type of stuff, I can actually talk to Jerome Shaw, and I could talk to Eli Tom Elamine, and I could talk to Shane Dean. But if I spread myself too thin, if I was lukewarm in my faith, then I wouldn't even think of the concept of being a liquiditarian for Christ, or being a breatharian for Christ, or cultivating fasting long-term for Christ. I wouldn't think of stuff like that. I wouldn't think of that for my spirituality, because my mindset would be like, well, I just do breath work because, this type of thing, because it makes me look good, or anything. And you guys get what I'm saying is like, I like being bougie with my material. Okay. Both of us like to be bougie with our materialistic type of items. But the key is that is also good for our subconscious mind. It's something that we can focus our conscious mind to daily, therefore subconsciously programming our mind that we are abundant, that we are abundantly rich in the things that we really appreciate. And I mean appreciate in a multitude of ways. That's a double entendre, triple entendre. That I appreciate it, like I appreciate my parallettes. I appreciate my bed. I appreciate my relationship. I appreciate that we're moving into a new house. I appreciate that we are developing these different types of things for our lives. But I also appreciate it, meaning that I expand it and exponentially grow it, that I appreciate it. It's going to appreciate over time because I appreciate it. And that is what I love about spirituality and word etymology, is that you can really cultivate certain words of how you think, feel, and act, and you can start to perpetuate certain belief systems and realities and experiences in your life. Stop thinking that it's expensive to spend $65 on a fitness, I can't even talk right now. Stop thinking that it's expensive, that, it's $65 for a gym membership or a fitness membership or any of this type of thing. And start thinking, what will the fitness get out of it? Will I get more than $65 worth? And generally the answer is yes. Generally the answer is of course. And that is what you need to start permitting. Think of money as a last term resort. Think of money as a last term resort, okay? And obviously it is a survival scenario. But you also have to think about, maybe you need to buy better things. This is exactly how we started this video, is doing better, buying better. Okay, like I do 50 workouts in a row. Yeah, I'm on day 50. Congratulations. Awesome, I'm on day 50. Okay, but what does that mean? That also means that I could do day 51 better than I did the previous 50 days, which means that I can add mindset training into that. I can add more weight, or I can add more difficulty, or I can add more intensity, or I can add more of these different types of scenarios that are permitting me to believe that I'm more top echelon than I used to be. And that is the key, is that, okay, so as I raise my vibration, like I said, guys, be so high vibrational that low vibrational people cannot even approach you. They don't even have the ability to approach you. Only take what you need. Only be who you are. The key is to not be somebody else. That is the key. The key is to be who you are, so then you inspire them to be who they are. But if you're trying to be them and they're trying to be you, then you're not going to be anybody, and they're not going to be anybody either. The key is to be who you are and to water your seeds, to water your plants. He or she is like a tree. This is biblical. And think about, I've already talked about this, guys, on YouTube. Check out my produce, my, the spiritual fruit, the 9 spiritual fruit, the spiritual fruits, and how we produce and productive. That's another double entendre. We are the salt of the earth. We are the light of the world. We have to really start to cultivate, how are we flowering our lives? How are we blossoming and blooming our lives? Okay, how can we spring forward? Okay, and then also, how can we harvest in our fall time? And we have different types of things based on how we were born, based on, the people who are listening to this, you understand. But ultimately, guys, we have a certain period of time, a certain type of thing that is going on in our lives. We have a certain alignment with the sun, the moon, and the stars. And during that time, that tells you whether you're in spring, whether you're in summer, whether you're in fall, or whether you're in winter. Okay? It's not just about the external elements that are around us. Right now, it looks like it's fall, or it looks like it's winter soon, but it's not. Okay? For me, it is my winter. It's about to go into spring for me, because my birthday was in fall. And so that would be the basis of the equinox. And you have to really start to see that as summer equinox. So from there, that is the cultivation of that. We can get into this in another video, guys, but ultimately really start to invest in who you are. And that is what this whole rambling video is about, is a full guide on who I truly believe I am, who I truly believe I want to be, why I'm doing the things that I do, why I dress the way I dress. That's a main thing too, guys, is like I minimalize myself so I can focus on things that are most important to me, that are more important to me. Like I can dress up and be 10 different characters, 10 different days. Like that's totally fine. I actually have no problem with that. I love people who do that. But there is also the part where I was talking about being my genius self, cultivating ingenuity. And the whole reason for this is because a lot of my path, at least where I live, not everyone is like, yes, do a dark room, or yes, be a breatharian, or yes, build multiple businesses. A lot of it is you are going against the grain. And so by me not dressing and changing the way I dress all the time, I'm still going to wear nice clothes. You guys know I'm bougie. I don't care. But I'm going to wear what I want to wear. And the whole thing about this is that sometimes I could just focus my ingenuity into Tesla tech, okay? The things that are banned, the things that I know that my mind can create because I can see it within my mind's eye. Like teaching sacred geometry, sound therapy, teaching all of these types of things that most of us are into, whether we've dipped our feet into it or we are really cultivating it. Really see that, guys. Like really see that. We do breath work. We do care for our plants. We do speak to our water. Praying is speaking to the water and the food, guys. That's what it is. Okay, and a lot of this stuff is like we don't even understand the I guess you could say the old wives' tale or the grandma's tale that was attached to it. Is you speak to the water because it's electric, and then that electric water from the plants or from the food goes in you, and then therefore it becomes you. So by you praying over the food, it becomes you. It's affirmations, it's suggestions, it's declarations. And so it's very important that you declare who you are and you declare who you're not. It's important that you suggest who you are and you suggest who you're not. Absolutely. So really to conclude this, guys, is simply embody who you are, okay? Simply channel who you are, love who you are, and care for who you are. Peace, much love, namaste. Talk to you guys soon. Notice that I did not even once mention you guys should buy one of my courses over the course of an hour and 4.5 minutes. So just so you guys know, go buy my course now. Now that an hour and 5 minutes have passed, or whatever. Courses are below. There's a free 21-day challenge below too. I would start off there. It's free. It's a free course. It goes through all of these different types of way of perpetuating new cycles, new belief systems, transforming your mind, and then that leads to greater and better success for you. Peace. Talk to you guys soon.